Jay-Z's business and when I say business, his announcements, whether he's selling this or selling that and making this or making that, you're not harassing him to do an album.
Nope.
Same thing with Nas. Nas is just a little more quiet than Jay-Z about his business. You got to Google and be scrolling and be like, what the fuck you mean Nas made $40 million off the ring? What do you mean he caught a $120 million bag off the pharmaceutical company?
Word.
What do you mean this is Nas tattoo shop in the, you get what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Those are the moves that really matter. And until people understand it, they're going to think that you're just podcast. Whatever.
Legacy isn't just about who sold the most records. It's about who built the smartest empire when the music stopped playing. Lately, there's been a lot of talk about how Nas got his casino bid approved while Jay-Z didn't. And it's sparking one of the oldest debates in hip-hop. Who really plays the business game better, Jay-Z or Nas? And now Cameron is weighing in with a breakdown that goes deeper than music, deeper than charts, and deeper than beef. On his latest sit-down, he exposed the real reason why Jay-Z and Nas approach business so differently, and why both strategies are shaping the culture in ways most people don't even see. See, what Cam is saying here isn't just gossip. It's a masterclass in how two legends are playing the same game from completely different angles. Jay-Z is the power move type. He makes public announcements, sells massive stakes in billion-dollar companies, partners with brands, launches major ventures, and turns them into global headlines. When Jay-Z makes a move, it's designed to shake the industry and shift the conversation. He's the mogul in plain sight, loud, strategic, and always leveraging his name. Nas, on the other hand, is the silent assassin. He's not talking about his plays every week, and he's not hyping every investment. You almost got to find out after the money's already been made. You scroll online and suddenly realize he made $40 million off a ring startup or cleared $120 million on a pharmaceutical investment. And now with his casino bid getting the green light, that same quiet, patient approach is paying off again. Now I'm about to play this clip of Cameron breaking down these two strategies for y'all. But before I do, I just need y'all to leave y'all thoughts down below in the comment section, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
And I'm not talking about nobody when I say this. I'm just being clear. I didn't understand how it worked at first. And then when I figured it out, I'm like, no wonder this nigga's sitting in his kitchen every week talking about it, nigga. Because YouTube is sending this nigga a check.
Yeah.
Oh, this how this shit work. And I'm not saying I would ever do that. I'm not. But I just didn't understand why niggas was in their basement talking about niggas.
Yeah.
Then I figured it out after my sports show. I said, oh, this is why these niggas is in a white wall background. You can't see where they at.
Just, everybody taking passport pictures.
Exactly. There you go. 100%. Finding a reason to beef with somebody. Pause.
Yeah, and that's the bullshit. That's why when Nori was telling me to do this show, I was like, yo, N.O., like, I don't want to bring up no bullshit. I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to be up here talking about this to go viral. Like, we all real niggas. Our story and who we are going to go viral just off the moves we make.
Right.
And I want to teach the niggas coming up, the young niggas, that after rap is still life.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas think that you got to rap forever, and it's like, nah, dog, I rap when I want to because it's fun.
Right, absolutely. Like, look, let's think about this. And I know I keep using them, whether it's Nas or Jay-Z. Jay-Z's business and when I say business, his announcements, whether he's selling this or selling that and making this or making that, you're not harassing him to do an album.
Nope.
Same thing with Nas. Nas is just a little more quiet than Jay-Z about his business. You got to Google and be scrolling and be like, what the fuck you mean Nas made $40 million off the ring? What do you mean he caught a $120 million bag off the pharmaceutical company?
Word.
What do you mean this is Nas tattoo shop in the, you get what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Those are the moves that really matter. And until people understand it, they're going to think that you're just podcast. Whatever. Because they're not going to be compared to, because you got to think about these as two-time greats. People have arguments who you like better than these two. but the business acumen to where
they both going.
Right,
it's crazy. They both
crazy.
Moving.
Yes.
But speaking about that Jay album, so on Drink Champs, I said, yo, Jay dropping the album.
Right.
That nigga called me. Like, yo, Bleak, when the last record you heard of mine at the album dropping? I said, nigga, we chill. Let's just call it wishful thinking. That nigga was like, yeah, man. He was on the phone trying to see if Guru was leaking some shit to me.
Right.
I'm like, nah, I can't tell him my dog Goo.
Right, exactly. But see, that's and I know y'all have a different dynamic, but that's just another thing speaking to the level of business. It was a time, I don't know if 444, whatever album it was, and I know Juan's a shout to Juan. Juan is just another nigga that,
oh man,
he been up since I was 4 or 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about these are two very smart businessmen. So I'm not sure if it's 444 what album it was. But the album was platinum before it came out because it was in a phone.
Yeah, no, that was Blueprint 3.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that was BP3.
Like, yo, these niggas got this shit, no, forget it.
Yeah, I remember
when you do shit like that, it makes you be like, yo, what am I doing this for? You get what I'm saying? If I've been doing music this long and I ain't busting these type of moves, I need to figure out something else to get around that. Even if I'm not close, the rap shit I'm doing is not comparing to teaming up with a phone company
and selling
a million
before
units
shit
before the shit even dropped.
Is insane.
Right.
That was BP3. That was different.
That's when I'm like, y'all get to a single or song when I get to that shit, my nigga. Because if them ain't the moves, them ain't the move.
No, I give you that for sure, man.
The truth is, what Jay-Z and Nas are doing is bigger than rap. It's bigger than hits, albums, or who has the better verse. This is about strategy, power, and how two of the greatest minds in hip-hop build completely different roads to the same destination: legacy. Here's what I love about this conversation. It shows that there isn't one way to win in this game. Jay-Z is the kind of businessman who wants the whole world to see the moves he's making. He's intentional about making headlines, announcing major deals, partnering with massive corporations, and building publicly in a way that inspires the next generation. That approach isn't ego. It's marketing. It's leverage. It's using visibility as a tool to grow his empire even more. And honestly, that's smart. When the whole world sees you make billion-dollar plays, they start treating you like a billion-dollar player. Nas, on the other hand, represents a completely different kind of power. The quiet kind. He's not focused on press conferences or splashy announcements. He's focused on execution. He invests, he builds, and he lets the numbers do the talking. And when those numbers finally surface, like a $120 million exit from a pharmaceutical company or a successful casino bid, it's a reminder that you don't need the spotlight to make powerful moves. That's strategic too. Sometimes the best way to grow is in silence. And honestly, I think both approaches are necessary. Jay's visibility is what makes people dream bigger. Nas's low-key style is what shows people that real wealth doesn't need validation at all. One is about building influence. The other is about building assets. And if you're really paying attention, the lesson is that both paths can work as long as the moves are intentional and built for the long game. What I also respect is how they both prove that hip-hop isn't a finish line. It's a launching pad. They've shown that their career doesn't have to end with music. It can evolve into tech, real estate, media, investments, and even things like casinos. That's the blueprint for generational wealth. That's how you turn a brand into a legacy. And that's why their stories are still being studied decades into their careers. So instead of debating who's better, I think the smarter conversation is about what we can learn from them, how we can apply those lessons into our own lives, how we can move with the same discipline, foresight, and patience. Because if there's one thing Jay-Z and Nas both prove, it's that the game isn't about who's the loudest or who's the flashiest. It's about who builds something that lasts. Now, before we wrap this up, I want to hear from y'all. If you were building an empire, would you rather follow Jay-Z's bold public strategy or Nas's quiet behind-the-scenes approach? And which do you think has a bigger long-term impact on hip-hop culture, visibility or longevity? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.